And on this episode of Who the Fuck Are You?, we have this from The Hollywood Reporter. Olivia Colman on pay disparity in Hollywood. If I was Oliver Colman, I'd be earning an F of a lot more. Now, just like the rest of the world, I saw this woman and said, I have never seen this woman a day in my life. And then I realized that she was in the flop TV show Secret Invasion. So, maybe you shouldn't be being paid that much, because if that was your performance in that, you're not really worth it. She's quoted in saying, "Don't get me started on the pay disparity, but male actors get paid more because they used to say they drew in the audiences." Maybe you're just not that good. Ever think about that? The Crown actress, first of all, The Crown? Who watches The Crown? And also, who is she in The Crown? Alright, so here she is in The Crown. This is the IMDb page for it, okay? She plays Queen Elizabeth II. So does this other woman. She also plays Queen Elizabeth II. And a third woman plays Queen Elizabeth II. So you have three actresses playing the same role. I'm assuming. I've never seen this show or heard of it a day in my entire life. But I'm going to assume that there is some kind of time gaps here with this show. So we have, the young one, the older one, and the much, much, much older one. And as I'm looking at this really quick casting right here, she is not the most famous person here, okay? Matt Smith's a hell of a lot more famous than her. Dominic West is a lot more famous than her. Vanessa Kirby is a hell of a lot more famous than her. And I'm pretty sure this is the woman that played Umbridge in the Harry Potter movies? If that's true, yeah, oh yeah, that's definitely her. Yeah, you're way outgunned in this one. You don't stand a chance. Of course you're not making more as these other. First of all, there are three guys, Matt Smith, Dominic West, and Jonathan Pryce, that are way more famous than you. And you're also up against two women that are way more famous than you. So the fact that your name is number 2 on here, that is shocking to me. Then she says, and actually, that hasn't been true for decades. Really? That hasn't been true for decades? Look at any female-led product today, or female team-up. They try to do an Ocean's 11 all-female group, and they can only find 8 women, so it's only called Ocean's 8. You couldn't even find 3 extra women to put in this movie. You couldn't even do that. And now you're going to say, oh yeah, the men aren't really driving people to the box office. Okay, well, you're not driving people to the box office at all, are you? Why don't you go out there and lead your own franchise? Let's see how that works out for you. Because I don't even know if she's the star of The Crown. So go out there and do your own thing. You weren't the star in Secret Invasion. You were like the 3rd or 4th person there. I would say maybe 4th or 5th, and now that I'm recalling who was actually in that show. Yeah, you ain't the star in anything. Despite being an Oscar-winning actress, now I have to look at what she won an Oscar in, because just like the rest of the world, this is my first time actually seeing her name written. Okay, she was in a movie called The Lost Daughter. There was a $5 million budget. The movie made $765,000. She won an Oscar. She won an Oscar for a movie that no one's heard of or no one saw. Congratulations. Yeah, let's pay you more money. That's a great idea. Can you imagine for a second winning an Oscar for a movie that no one saw and no one paid money to see, and then you're out here bitching that you're not making more money? You brought nobody to the box office. You are not a star in any way, shape, or form. You are not a name brand actress in the world of Hollywood, and now you're going to sit here and bitch to these people that, oh no, I'm not making enough money. It's really interesting how she's like, oh yeah, I'm not getting paid as much as my male counterparts. Name them. Because I just named a couple of male actors in her own show that are more established than her. So what's she going to say? Oh, wait, I'm getting paid less than Matt Smith. It's like, yeah, you ain't Matt Smith. You're you, and clearly no one gives a shit about that. Goes on to say, if I was Oliver Colman, I'd be earning a fuck of a lot more than I am. Well, if you were a better actress, maybe you'd be earning more money too. You ever think about that? I know of one pay disparity, which is a 12,000% difference. What role could you have possibly done? What were you like? It was like the first thing you ever did? Let's take a quick look at Olivia Colman's illustrious career in Hollywood. Let's start with Wonka. Is she being paid 12,000% less? Is that really the quote? Did I read that correctly? Which is a 12,000% difference. Okay, so she did say that. 12,000% difference. Yeah, I could see Timothy Chalamet getting paid 12,000% more than you, because in that movie, you were Mrs. Sherbet. Fuck out of here. Secret Invasion, you ain't Samuel L. Jackson. The Bear, you're not Jeremy Allen White, so I could see you not getting paid as much as him. Also, you were in one episode of that, so I guess So I guess realistically, if you took all the money that Jeremy Allen White made through the, I think we're, 3 seasons of The Bear, compared to your 1 episode, you know what? I could see a 12,000% difference in the money you guys made. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. You ain't Antonio Banderas. Scrooge. Oh, you play. Oh, my mistake, madame. You were playing the role of Past. My mistake. Okay, you ain't Luke Evans, who played Scrooge in the movie Scrooge. Oh, you were in Ron's Gone Wrong? You weren't Ron, so were you paid 12,000% less? Oh, well, here it is, though, okay? The Simpsons. She was in 1 episode of The Simpsons in 2020, okay? Taking all the money that Dan Castellaneta has made in his career of 763 episodes, yes, I would say you made a 12,000% less of a paycheck than he did throughout his entire career on that show. I don't mean for the dead air right now, though. I'm literally scrolling through IMDb right now, trying to find something that I've actually seen. Oh, you were in The Lobster. You played the role of hotel manager. Okay. Again, I apologize for the dead air. This is me, again, literally. Oh, oh my god, she was in Hot Fuzz? She was the girl with all the sexual innuendos. Okay, I did not know that. Yes, I could see you getting paid 12,000% less than Simon Pegg, okay? That makes sense. I'll give you that one. So now we have a woman here who is going to live her life as a professional victim, being casted in all these movies and TV shows, getting paid God knows how much, to not bring a single solitary dollar to the box office on her name alone. And she's going to sit here and complain that she's not getting paid as much as male counterparts. So, realistically, okay? Let me ask this question realistically. If you were a casting director right now in Hollywood, would you cast her? Because if you bring her on, if she's getting paid $1 less than the male, even if she's not even the male lead, you're going to have to deal with questions. Is it worth it? Is she worth it at this point? Again, I just went through her entire career. I didn't see anything to gush about at all. The only thing that remotely rang a bell in my mind that I haven't seen in years was Hot Fuzz. Like, oh, you were that random officer whose name I forgot, again, with the sexual innuendos, and that was it. You weren't the lead. You weren't even close to being the lead in that movie. But you were in it. So now, realistically, oh, she's got an Oscar to her name? Yeah, Brie Larson does too. Isn't it kind of weird, though, that sometimes people win Oscars? Like, look at Brie Larson's career, okay? She won an Oscar for The Room. Afterwards, she did Captain Marvel. $1 billion movie. After that, dropped off the face of the earth. Everything that she's been in since has not been the starring role. No one wants this woman in anything. And now people are pointing out, oh yeah, she's in some Apple Plus TV show, which is really weird because when they tell me that she's in an Apple Plus TV show, they don't actually say what the show is called, though, because no one's ever really seen it. So that's Brie Larson right now, though, stuck to these obscure streaming sites and shows that no one's ever heard of, yet she won an Oscar for Best Actress, and she was in a $1 billion movie. So now we have Olivia Colman. Same situation. She won an Oscar. Again, she was in a movie that grossed $700,000 that cost $5 million to make. Is that a loss? Is that like a black stain on it? Because like, hey guys, great, she won an Oscar. Yeah, but no one saw the movie. So is that like worth it? It's like saying, hey, do you want to be an NBA player that was like a bench player but won 12 championships, or do you want to be a star player, highest grossing of all time with 0 championships? And then the article takes a sharp left turn, as it says, Coleman's comments came months after, I'm going to butcher this, Taraji P. Henson opened up at the Hollywood Reporter about The Color Purple, about feeling stuck between the same lowball offers despite having a successful career in the industry. Now we go to Taraji P. Henson's career. Color Purple bombed in the box office. Then she was in Paw Patrol. No significant impact whatsoever. Minions: The Rise of Gru. The memers on iFunny made that movie a success. Her role as Belle Bottom certainly didn't bring in the audience. Oh great, then she was in Muppets Haunted Mansion as the bride. Wow. Okay, oh, before that she was in Empire. But she was the lead of that show in 102 episodes. So, wow, that's fantastic. You were in a show that had 102 episodes, and you really didn't capitalize on it whatsoever. Because after the show ended, the next thing she did was Muppets Haunted Mansion, straight to Disney+, Minions Rise of Gru, where she was not the main star of that, one episode of Abbott Elementary, Paw Patrol, and The Color Purple. So you were in a show that went 102 episodes and afterwards said, you know what, I'm done doing things that people have heard about. Great job, okay? One episode of The Simpsons, I think she was the lead in Hidden Figures. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was the lead in that, though. But again, movie didn't really have much significance in the world of today. Person of Interest, 55 episodes, not the lead, not even the top 3 in that show. Episode of The Good Doctor, The Karate Kid. Oh, she was the mother in The Karate Kid, the remake of that. Benjamin Button, not the star of that one. Boston Legal. Smoking Aces, not the star of that one. Episode of House, clearly not the star of that one. Henson goes on to say, I've been getting paid, and I've been fighting tooth and nail every project to get the same freaking quote, she said at the time. Maybe just people don't give a shit. And when I read this quote, just like the Olivia Colman thing, I don't want to hire you. Why would I want to give you an opportunity to lead my movie, to lead my TV show, if you're going to go to the press and then complain that you're not getting paid enough? And then Henson goes on by saying, I've been doing this for 2 decades, and sometimes I get tired of fighting because I know what I do is bigger than me. Shut the fuck up. You're an actress in movies and shows that no one gives a shit about. You're not the fucking messiah of black actresses. Shut up here. I know that the legacy I leave will affect someone coming up behind me. No, you have left zero legacy. You have left zero legacy in the world of Hollywood. You know why? Because no one's saying, yes, we should reboot Empire. You know, how come the studio isn't buying Empire and making a movie of it? Nothing. The only thing that you've been in that has lasted longer than an episode, 102 episodes, that's not nothing to sniff at, okay? That's a pretty big accomplishment. But no one gives a shit. My prayer is that I want these black girls to have the same fights that me and Viola Davis and Octavia Spencer, we out here thugging it out. Oh my God, shut the fuck up. Who says that, thugging it out? Can you imagine for a second saying the phrase thugging it out and expected to be taken seriously? She can go away right now and the world of Hollywood will not even remotely blink. That is how insignificant she is today. And that's the problem. That's why this article's coming out there. Because her and Coleman, whose name I already forgot as I'm ranting about this, they are insignificant right now. No one cares about them. No one's ranting and raving about their careers. And they realize, I have to be a victim now. That is the only way people are going to pay me money. And like I said before, can you imagine paying this woman money? Can you imagine giving her the responsibility to promote your movie or show? Because again, like I said, if she's getting paid $1 less, I'm going to have to hear about it. And if she was this great, though, if she was this fantastic, she'd be in everything now, right? I heard that the other day, though, with Viola Davis. I have to find the quote, though. She says that people call her the Black Meryl Streep. And she says, if you look at our resumes, they're almost the same. No, they're not. Meryl Streep is Meryl Streep, and you're Viola Davis. There is clearly a difference between your abilities and your careers. And they realize when their careers are essentially over, they have to go the victim route. And they have to justify why they haven't been getting that many roles in their career. It's amazing. Again, 102 episodes of a TV show. 102. And you're out here afterwards doing nothing. Nothing at all. It's incredible. Do you hear the guy that played House on the TV show House? Do you ever see him bitching? Because that's another man I'm thinking about as I was reading her resume. It's like, okay, well, she was in an episode of House. The main guy was not Hugh Laurie. Is it Hugh Laurie? I don't even give a shit. Do you ever see him complaining these days? Are you reading these pieces going, oh, yes, I'm so unpaid in the world of Hollywood. Oh, what the discrimination I've dealt with. Like, people do shows and then just go off, and then that's it, though. They're happy with the experience that they had, and that's it. You never really hear about these people complaining about these things. She goes on to say, otherwise, why am I doing this? For my own vanity? Yes. 100% for your own vanity. There is no blessing in that. Yeah, there's no pride in what you're doing now, sweetheart. bitching to a reporter saying that you're not getting paid that much money and you're not getting offered these roles, yeah, this is probably why. You sound like a nightmare to be around and to work with. I've tried twice to walk away from the business, but I can't. Because if I do, how does that help the ones coming up behind me? Yes, they look at your career and say, wow, if I want to make it in the world of Hollywood, maybe I should just take the role, get paid, gracefully thank them for it, and then shut the fuck up. And if I do better, I will get more roles. You know, the weird thing is that people that are happy in the world of Hollywood and graceful and aren't complaining about stuff and victimhood everything that happens in the world of their entire existence, those people are doing much better now, right? Those people are getting role after role after role. They're getting movies. They're getting starring things. They get to do all these things in Hollywood. But the ones that are bitching and complaining about all their missed opportunities and their lack of money, look at the roles they're in. They ain't the star. Look what happens when they're the star. Olivia Colman. Nothing. Oscar-winning movie. You didn't even make $1 million in the box office. $5 million budget. You lost millions and millions of dollars with this movie. Oh, great, you won an Oscar. She got an Oscar. Her vanity got fulfilled. Studio didn't win. Is that how it works, though? Do they justify that to the investors? Like, oh, well, we lost, $4 million on this movie, but, we won an Oscar, and this actress went off afterwards to do nothing. She was the queen, Queen Elizabeth II, but the third actress that did her? Who gives a shit? They're all fired. Everyone that greenlit that movie should be fired and out of the world of Hollywood. It's like, I'm not going to hire you again. What did you accomplish? Nothing. You accomplished a loss. And this woman won an Oscar. And you know what happened afterwards? Nothing. Nothing happened. No starring roles. No spin-offs. No series. Oh, you were in Secret Invasion. Yeah, where is that going to go? Do you think you're going to you think she's going to be the Nick Fury of the all-female team-up of future Marvel? No. We are never going to see her again. We're never going to see Gaia again. We're never going to see the Skrulls again. It's over for you. And Taji P. Henderson, whatever the fuck her name is, you're done. If Paw Patrol was the last thing you did and the color purple, you're done. No one's going to hire you. And after an article like this comes out, no one should. I would be afraid if I was a studio head to employ this woman in any capacity. And the world of Hollywood today, where you can get a young, hungry, or unestablished actor or actress in the world of Hollywood and bring them into a role, I would rather roll the dice on someone that's not established at all, that has zero ego, that is just grateful to be here, and could probably do a better job than you. Last I checked, I don't see Taji P. Henderson with the most Oscar wins of all human history. I don't see her being nominated constantly. I don't see her name being shouted on my Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. I'm not seeing people writing these fantastic posts during Black History Month to honor her legacy. Nothing. Nothing at all. You were in a show, did 102 episodes, you were the co-star of it. Congratulations. Afterwards, you should have capitalized. After she did that show, nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing to speak of. Muppets Haunted Mansion. Color purple. Paw Patrol. So what do you think about this article? Would you pay Olivia Colman a single cent going forward, knowing this is what you're going to get out of her? Are you going to pay Taji P. Henderson a single solitary cent for her to harpoon you in this article? Also, I will say that before I end this, they did not seem to mention a single time that this has happened. She said, oh, I was paid 12,000% less. Nothing. There was no, what was the role of it? What was the studio that employed her? What was the movie? Nothing. Taji P. Henderson talking all this shit, though. How come you're not talking about all these roles that you were horribly underpaid for? Nothing. It's just blanket complaining. That's all it is. It's just, hey, something bad happened to me at one point, though. At some point in my career, I was not paid that much money. So before I just keep repeating the same thing again for another hour and a half, though, I'm going to end this video now. But again, asking the question, what do you think about that? Would you pay this woman a single solitary cent to bring you $0 in the box office? Would you pay Taraji P. Henderson to be in 102 episodes of a show that no one cares about anymore? Let me know what you guys think about that.